What inspires me the most is the social impact we are making here. Any situation in your life, any experience fits this AI tutor's role.
Welcome, everyone. This is Julia, and it's going to be a little bit different today since she's actually Mindrift's head of recruitment. Julia, how are you?
Hi, yeah, great. Thank you. I was waiting for our discussion because, for example, on our LinkedIn page, we usually share posts how to apply for the role. But yeah, I can guess that it's interesting to see what's behind the scenes and yeah, just deep dive a little bit in it.
Look at you still in my job as a host. Now, you actually said something interesting, finding out the behind the scenes of the application process. Now, one thing that I can say is that the process has become increasingly more automated in a way. And I can say that because I've seen how it changed since, the beginning of Mindrift at the beginning of the year up until now. What was the process? How did it change since its inception? And what are you most proud of it?
So we started in 2023 when we um, attracted mostly copywriters. And so the process was we attracted a lot of them, but without going like deep into their profiles because we were testing different hypotheses, and now we really know who are we looking for. And yeah, of course, the process right now is more automated. A lot of people behind this application page, for example,
Behind the
recruiters and
machine.
yeah, behind the machine, recruiters and LLM as well. A lot of automations. So yeah, we started attracting hundreds of AI tutors, and right now, as I mentioned in the English copywriting role, right now we have different domain zones, for example, medicine, engineering, physics, chemistry, law, and so on. That's why, of course, criteria changes, and the process is like a huge machine, I would say.
I mean, this fascinates me. How do you actually keep the human touch in a process that is becoming increasingly more and more automated? And that, by the way, it needs to be automated because it's scaling up exponentially.
And we want candidates to receive feedback from us faster, and we want our clients to receive data sets faster as well. That's why we add this automation part in our recruitment process. But what we do like manually, of course, we have review process, what our automation does. And also, so on a regular basis, we monitor what you are writing to us on Reddit, on LinkedIn, and so on. And your comments, so thank you so much for that. Your comments, I would say, are our priorities to optimize our process. So yeah, two sides. The first one to check how the automation works manually. Yes, some percentage of it, maybe we need to change something, and yeah, monitor your feedback on different platforms.
And speaking of feedback, was there a particular piece of feedback that actually resonated with you and that sparked a certain action?
Yeah, it was it was like a common feedback that you don't reply on my application. So I apply a lot, but still no answer. After that, we added an email you all receive. So when you submit your application, after that, you receive an email from us, which is saying that, hey, we see your CV. It's in our talent pool. And as soon as we have new projects, new open vacancies, and you fit the role, we will invite you uh, to the tests.
You actually started talking about the tests, so let's talk about them.
Mhm.
Why do we have a test?
Yeah, because we need to check your qualification. On the other side, we have a client who wants the data set to be with a good quality. That's why we need to verify your qualification firstly, and only after that invite you to onboarding and to the production phase of the project. Don't worry, it's not like too complicated. It won't take you a lot of time. Just we need to make sure that we are on the same page, how we define, for example, a domain zone like in physics or in chemistry.
It's a way for Mindrift to actually make sure that the end clients get the skills that they need.
Sorry, one more comment here. For example, imagine that you ask some LLM and you type in a question there. Of course, you want to make sure that the answer is correct. And how we make sure that the answer is correct. We attract qualified experts with a particular education, particular working experience.
I know that you have experience working in talent attraction for a big technology company. How was that different compared to Mindrift right now?
Wow, what an interesting question. I think so. The key difference between my previous experience as a head of mass recruitment and experience right now is that right now we mostly attracting freelancers. All of our AI tutors are freelancers, and so the key advantage here that you can work from everywhere, anytime. That's why for me, as head of recruitment, it's easier, to attract people on a part-time basis. And to be honest, I really like this way as a freelancer because, so for most of my career, I was working both as a full-time employee, and at the same time on evenings or on weekends I was a freelancer. So I can understand our AI tutors who combine their career in different projects, different ways, and earn more money, of course.
We never get to speak about it. Like, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do? What's the person behind the job title actually like?
So my personal hobby is not a regular AI tutor,
I mean, your personal hobbies.
Yeah, okay.
I care about the AI tutors as well, but I don't have them in front of me right now.
My hobbies, I would divide them into several parts. The first one is blogging, of course. And my subscribers, they really like to read about AI and all of this stuff. So and as for AI tutors, for example, as well, you can add it to your resume and enrich your portfolio with this new experience. So the second one is something creative. We'll go to some workshops, masterclasses, and learn how to do something new. I don't know, draw, and so on. And the third part is freelance consulting, because I help people with selecting their career path. So sometimes when I, as a head of mass recruitment, receive when I receive a new request to attract experts, for example, in automotive engineering, and I've never done it before, with my hands as a recruiter, this experience of freelance consulting helps me a lot, because I know different professions and can understand which qualification do we need.
With AI tutors, you have a wide range of talent, a wide range of countries. What was the most rewarding, which also goes to say possibly the most challenging kind of role to attract?
The most challenging for us roles in German language, because we were looking for experts in the European Union with German language, and it was quite difficult to attract a particular amount of experts. Right now we attracting experts worldwide, so in different countries, and it was a bit difficult. But you can watch your previous podcast with the automotive engineer, so it shows that we've done it finally.
It's good to hear that you actually studied and you just didn't come here, and that there is at least one viewer to my podcasts. Two, actually. I think that my mom is watching as well.
Cool. I will send this podcast to my mom as well.
And that makes it free.
Yeah. Sorry,
Like,
I will add something else here to the previous question that, sometimes we attract experts in new countries with new languages, in new domain zones. So, for example, if you are a candidate and you're looking for a part-time job and you want to be a part of this AI community, but for example, right now we don't see an open vacancy on our website or LinkedIn. So don't worry, just you can apply for the future, or you can just subscribe to our LinkedIn page, and maybe in 1 month or like in 2 months, you'll see that we have a suitable qualification for you.
I thought I was supposed to be the marketing person. You're making my job a lot easier. But I'm gonna
Well,
make yours more difficult. With Mindrift, the scaling was actually exponential. What changed the most compared to the beginnings?
but personally, for me, of course, it's like more difficult to control the whole recruitment process when you have several domains, several languages, a lot of countries, and so on. Yeah, and of course, so inside we need to build processes faster and make them more like concrete, more transparent. So sometimes, with your candidates, you can see I don't know, some issues. For example, we need for you to create this opportunity to retake the test, yeah, and so on. So these are examples of our fast scaling. Yeah, so we need to automate some new processes we didn't know about them before. I mean, yeah, from building something from 0 to 1, it's like one set of processes and people, mindset, and so on. But when you would like to build something from 0 to 5, it's absolutely another set of processes inside. So yeah, again, thank you for your feedback. We monitor it on a regular basis and trying to build something big from zero, yeah, to sorry, from 1 to 5, yeah, because from 0 to 1 we have already done it.
And what about from 6 to 100?
Oh, let's have another podcast like in some time. We will see, because yeah, now we are on this way from 0 to 5. And of course, we're comparing ourselves to our competitors, yeah, who are, for example, bigger than us, and trying to have the same process. Because I can imagine as a recruitment person that our candidates are considering different offers, yeah, not only our company. And of course, we want to run faster to achieve this goal, that you will choose Mindrift.
Why do you think people should choose Mindrift?
I think so. Based on feedback from our clients, yeah, and our colleagues, I know that our quality is better in internal processes. Of course, we are scaling right now, but anyway, we had a great experience in other sides of business, which helps us to build something new in the AI field right now. And if you can see the team which is working on building this company, they are absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's a pleasure to work with such clever people. And of course, when clever people create something for you, we would like to make it user friendly. And but about community, of course, we have one more point here, that we have a community on Discord, and you can not only write texts, for example, as an AI tutor, you also can communicate with other experts around the world and find friends, colleagues, and so on.
You raise a good point. The people behind Mindrift, which, let's be honest, Mindrift is not perfect, but the people
Yeah,
behind it, they are great. I can vouch for it. At least most of them. The ones that are not me. But is there any anecdote, any fun story that you can tell about, the team working on Mindrift?
Wow, very interesting questions. I just so right now in my head there are some stories how we were surviving through this trip from 0 to 1. Yeah, I won't tell these stories. I don't know, maybe you know some interesting parts in your marketing team.
If I had to say a story, it would probably be the 0 to 1, where things
Mm-hmm.
were very messy. The team was trying 100 different things at once. Um, and right now it got a lot better. It's definitely a lot more
Yeah,
organized. We still have the fun part within the team. That's always
yeah.
one of the great things, but without the extreme messiness. So right now it's the, as you said before, the 1 to 5. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 to 5 means putting processes in place, um, defining what works and what doesn't. And, not everything is perfect. And we know that we read the feedback, I would say all of it, or at
Mm-hmm.
least 99.9% of it. Some of it might actually slip through the cracks. Uh, but I see, for example, that the team tries to implement ways to, you know, um, provide closure to applications that were not successful,
Mm-hmm.
to, provide a better user journey to other people on Mindrift. And even with the community, there are ways that, for which the community has been nurtured to ensure that everything actually goes well and
Mm-hmm.
things get scalable so that they are not only okay now, but that they will be perfect, a year from now. Because the idea is to be into this thing for the long term and not just until it survives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you here. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of being with me, what keeps you motivated and inspired within your own role? Because let's be
Uh-huh.
honest, it's a difficult one.
Yeah, an extremely difficult one. Yeah, but
You're
of
great,
course,
by the way.
yeah, I agree. And so every morning, I wake up and decide to continue. So yeah, what inspires me the most is the social impact we are making here. Because, for example, you can be a student with the master's degree, or you can be a professor, for example, or a person with, I don't know, 20 years of experience, and you still can be our AI tutor. You can be, for example, a mother with a young small child, or you can be a person who is right now living somewhere in Thailand, and you are tired with your previous career, but you still want to like earn money for food and something else, but you have several times free for your work during the week. So any situation in your life, any experience fits this AI tutor's role. And yeah, inspires me so much because unfortunately in our world there are some companies who have ageism. I don't know, is it the correct wording? So when you like select candidates based on their age and so on, we don't have this like criteria at all. Because right now I remember one of our AI tutors, he was a senior AI tutor in the ESG domain, and he was a professor. And yeah, it was so great that a person from a very like theoretical yeah, so from the science side, not from the business side, he joined us, and he was inspired of being an AI tutor.
That's actually fantastic to hear. And for that reason, I need to bring the mood down a little bit. So we have some questions from the community, and I actually want to ask you some of them
Mm-hmm.
because, let's be honest, I need to make this interesting. I'll fire relatively quickly. I want your
Mm-hmm.
straight answers. Mindrift. Is it full-time, part-time, freelance, direct hire? How the hell does it work?
Yeah, so all of the roles in Mindrift are freelance based or part-time and remote. So you can work from any place. Yeah, it's not a full-time job. So yeah, you're free to choose your own schedule. And of course, sometimes we have a lot of tasks for your domain, for example, for your qualification, for your role, sometimes less. So you can work on your schedule. Very flexible here.
Okay. Question number 2, feedback. Do you actually provide feedback for why people might get rejected, especially during the testing phase?
This is a really good question because as for me, it's like top one priority to optimize right now because I know feedback from our candidates that we don't send them letters after they apply for the role. Why we're doing so? Because sometimes we change the criteria. That's why we don't want to say goodbye to you because maybe like in 2 days we will come back to all the CVs we have and reconsider them once again. But I hear feedback and what we would like to implement in the nearest future to just give you a clear understanding whether you fit the role right now or no. We will implement it very soon. Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. And can people actually retake the test or take a test for a different and apply, of course, for a different role?
You can apply for a different role, yes, but right now you cannot retake the test. Yeah, we know about this problem, and with the help of our technical team, we're working on it because. You can improve your English level. Yeah, then you can improve. I don't know, and you can have one more education or more relevant experience, and of course. You need to have this opportunity to retake some of our qualification tests. So not right now. I think at the beginning of 2025, we will be ready to invite you.
Okay, perfect. And I mean, some of the people were complaining about not receiving an SMS code for the registration. Anything to say about that?
Yeah, so again, we know about this problem, and right now, product manager, he's working on this issue. And I remember yesterday's meeting that he told that for some countries they have found another like SMS provider to have like more coverage, and they're working on it. Yeah, it's their top priority as well. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, and we'll let here just don't hesitate reaching to the support team. They will help you. Just in any cases, in any problems with the registration, just write to our support team. They will help you fast.
And by the way, the support team is great. Even when they're swamped, they always try to get the best out of themselves, which is something I can say for Yulia as well. It's not something that I can say for myself. But
don't be yourself. Yeah, we work in a great collaboration all the time. So our dear candidates, when you see our landing page, it's because of Chris and his talent and creativity. I really like our landing page.
So now you know where to address all your complaints. Come on, let's be honest. I need somebody to actually take the blame, and it can't be you, so it needs to be me. And, speaking of taking the blame, there is always one question that I'd like to ask, and it's always the most difficult one for me. Because do you have any questions for me?
Wow. So it seems like we're on an interview right now. I have a question for you. Would you share with us what are you going to like change in our brand perception from the marketing side? So what's new will be in the future? Maybe new social media, new content ideas.
Okay, so there is a lot to say here. And I will not say all of it because otherwise I will be held responsible for it. But what I can say is that we are planning to expand. That means new social media, new formats, new ways for the AIT users to actually contribute to what we do and be paid for it. Because let's be honest, we like to actually pay people when they do good work. Um, and it's also a way for us to reduce the workload on the marketing team, and at the same time give something back to the community. Um, as you said before, we read the feedback, we read all the comments that come our way. The One of the things that shines the most is the community. People are really happy. People, you know, friendship groups actually start forming. So we are starting to push more towards that. We are trying to shape the positioning towards, hey, look, we're not perfect, but we do our best. And
Yeah,
it's not just us, it's the entire community. Um, so rather than leave you alone, we we might lose in other ways compared to the competition, but we are always there for you. We're always here trying to solve problems. We're always, trying to make the experience better for the AA tutor. Even if it means a lot more work for the Mindrift team.
okay.
Yeah, new things on the website, new social media formats.
Yeah, can you explain something about new social media forum? Because I know it, and it's really interesting. I'm waiting for such posts.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know about like several new formats. For example, let's imagine that I'm a candidate and I'm considering Mindrift and other platforms. And yeah, so what I need to write in terms of the content on LinkedIn, or maybe I should go to, I don't know, Reddit or to Facebook. So where should I go, and from what should I start learning more about Mindrift?
So there are two ways to learn more. Right now, LinkedIn is our main social media. We plan on expanding, let me say, more consumer kind of social media, like Instagram, and go back to Reddit. We were on Reddit for a while. It was too difficult to keep up considering the time the company was actually in and experiencing. In order to learn more about what the role entails, what the platform is like, one of the best ways would be to read the Mindrift blog. You can find it at mindrift.ai/blog, or literally just look at LinkedIn. Most of the posts are about new blog posts anyway. Um, there you have actually people either from the Mindrift team or directly from the community explaining what's it like. I think we have a couple of posts in the pipeline about how to actually make the most out of Mindrift as well, because people want to share their experience, and we go back to having the community being paid to write about itself and the Mindrift experience. If you have a LinkedIn account, follow us on LinkedIn. If you have an Instagram account, stay tuned. It should be live soon, and it might already be live by the time we actually launch this podcast. Follow us on Reddit, look at the website. Since I care deeply about the website and its metrics, open the website and apply on it because I need it.
Yeah, I
That's
need
a
to.
that's a really
Yeah.
shameless marketing plug. Like, hey, I need more people to send applications for the website. Please do it.
Yeah, yeah, basically, I completely agree with everything you've just said, and I would also add that there are several interviews. For example, you would like to apply for an editor's role, and there is an interview from our current editor, where so the editor explains what is it to be like an editor proofreader in Mindread. What are like the key daily tasks? What to expect from this role? So you can find different blog posts, especially for the role you are interested the most. Okay, so we were switching to so we were switching our roles. I have one more question to you.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
What inspires you working in management in Taloka General?
There are a lot of problems, and a lot of problems means a lot of solutions. And I
Mm-hmm.
like solving problems, especially difficult ones, especially ones that I didn't think I could solve. And if I look at where we were of the beginning of a year, 9 months ago,
Yeah,
and where we
yeah,
are now, if I had to take a list of the problems that got solved, sure, we built new ones in the meantime, but at a much lower rate than we actually solved them. I wake up in the morning, I drink my coffee because let's be honest, I'm Italian. That's what happens. Before doing anything, I need some coffee, and I will not take any pineapple on pizza kind of jokes. That's actually something that's been going on for a while within the company. And yeah, then I start thinking, okay, what problem could be solved today? How many people will it affect? Will it give the opportunity to people from a new country to actually, get paid to share what they know? What we do is extremely interesting and rewarding to me because it's not just about selling, some kind
yeah.
of software. It's about actually giving money to people from all around the world who could use the money. So yeah.
Yeah, I know what to add to your words as well. I just remember what inspires me also, that we are so fast. Yeah, so when we think about how the company, how our Mindrift brand, our platform looked like several months ago, it was a completely different experience. I remember our first call. I joined the company, and in 3 days you wrote me, so hey Julia, what is your recruitment strategy? And I remember my
Sounds like
feelings
me.
that, oh my God, only 3 days left. I don't have a recruitment strategy. Just wait. I need some time for onboarding. Yeah. So it's all about us. We are very fast. We're very fast also in implementing your feedback. Yeah. So it's like a part of our culture that we test some hypotheses and constantly improve things.
I have nothing else to say apart from all the good things that could go on and on, but I don't want to make this too much of an ad. If you don't have any more questions to me, I think it's time to wrap it up. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so this was Julia. Once again, she's our wonderful head of recruitment for Mindrift. I can't stress this enough. If you have any complaints, send them to me, not to her.
No, you can send them to me directly
Yeah.
as well. We will solve it with my team. Yeah, Chris, thank you so much for inviting me to this podcast. It was a nice time.
It was a pleasure, and I hope all of you actually enjoyed it as well. And let's see you on the next one. Thank you very much, Julia.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.